Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'll be explaining and solving the lead code problem, that is number of laser beams in a bank. So let's read out the statement. Anti-theft security devices are activated inside a bank. You are given a zero indexed binary string array. So we have given a string of zeros and ones, that is binary, in an array that is named as bank, representing the floor plan of the bank. So these uh, binary strings are representing the floor plan of the bank. So we can assume that zero means there is something at zero style, and one means if that one means there is something at that this style. So zero means there is nothing at that tile, and one means there is something at that tile. And what it is, let's see further in the question. So which is a M cross N 2D matrix? It is like a matrix. Okay. Bank I represents the ith row consisting of zeros and ones. Zero means the cell is empty. So the zero means the cell is empty. And one means the cell has a security device. So it is very obvious that if we have zero at particular index of the string, it means there is nothing at that tile. If it is the tile of the floor of the bank, and if there is one, then it means there is a security device installed at this particular spot. Okay, fine. So now what do we have to do with these security devices? So there is one laser beam between any two security devices if both conditions are met. Okay, so there will be one laser beam between two security devices. Now, which two security devices? So for that, we have given these conditions. The two devices are located on different rows. Now, these two devices should be on the different rows. Okay, fine. Where R2 is less than R1. Fine. For each row I, where R1 is greater than R1 is less than I and R2 is greater than I, there are no security devices in the ith row. Okay, so if this I is greater than R1 and if this I is less than R2, then there will be no security devices in the ith row. So the meaning of this thing is very simple, that for the given row, there will be security devices between the previous row and this current row. The previous row which has the security device and not uh, below that. So for that, uh, I'll explain with an example. I'm taking this example, and let's move to the board and let's understand what it is trying to say. So yeah, so this is the representation of strings we have. So here we can see, if I try to locate, if I try to locate the uh, security devices on this given floor. Now let's understand this square bracket, this matrix is like the floor of the bank. This particular given matrix is like the floor of the bank. Now, these each indices are like the tile of this floor. So these each indices are like the tile of the floor. Okay, fine. Now, uh, I know that if it is zero, then there is nothing at this particular tile. And if there is one, then there is a security device installed. So I will be locating the security devices first for the sake of the clarity. So this is one of our security device, and this is also one of our security device, and this is also one of our security device in this particular row. Now I am not concerned at this point. I am not concerned about the beams. I'm just concerned about the security devices. I just want to know that how many security devices are there. So in this second row, there is no security device installed. So the entire row is empty. So in the third row, we can see there is one security device at this point, and there is one security device at this point, and in the final row we have only got one security device. So this is the location of security devices in this given particular floor. Okay, now let's see how the beams will be emitting from one security devices and getting connected to the other security device. So if I see, I cannot this security device cannot send beam to this same row security device. So we have this condition. Fine. So, but it can propagate beam from this row to other row, from this row to other row. So we will have one beam from this security device to this particular security device. Now, this device will also be sending a beam to this security device. Okay. Now, can this security device send beam to this security device? No, it cannot. So the last condition was this only. It cannot send the beam to the next row if it has got already got a row with the security devices in between. Okay, so I'll remove this and fine. Now it is understood that only the consecutive rows, if there is no if there is security device between two rows, then there will be beams limited between those rows only. They will not cross the row if the row has already, if a single security device is also there, then it won't allow to pass the security device. So and the same is the case. We cannot have security device like beam like this. We cannot have beam like this. So these possibilities are not there. These are not under the uh, plan of the security theft device. Okay, so now as per the rules, we will have one row between these two security devices, and we will have one more beam between these two security devices. Okay, so now there is one more device here, and similarly, we will have one beam here and one beam here. Fine. Now these two rows are done. Okay, these two rows are done. Now I will have more beams from this row, from this row. Okay, let's see. So now we will have only one security device in the end, and it will send beams like this. So this is the entire security system we have got. And so in total, we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 8 beams in total we have got. Okay, so we have got in total 8 beams. Fine. So now how we will be achieving this thing by the help of the uh, code. So what should be the algorithm? So to solve this, I should get all the security devices in the rows. So the total security devices in the first row will be, let's take some different color. Okay, fine. So in the first row, we have got total 3 security devices. In the second row, we have got 0 security device. And in the third row, we have got 2. And in the final row, we have got 1. So if I store the number of, if I store the number of, okay, it has got disconnected. Let's reconnect it. Uh, these free versions are making some problem. Okay, just a second. And let me connect this to the laptop again. So I think I have yeah. So I'm back here. Okay, fine. Fine. So if I store the number of security device in each row in a single, in a different array, like this, 3, 0, 2, and 1 for this given case. then I can certainly then I can certainly calculate the number of total beams. How that will happen? I will take two pointers. One will be I'll be taking one pointer left here and one pointer right at this point. Okay, and I will check whether the my left pointer is zero. The value at my left pointer is zero or not. It is not. Okay, so whether the value at my right pointer is zero or not, it is 0. So in this case, I should increment this r and I should move to the next iteration. So I will be taking a while loop, okay, and I'll be checking that my L is greater than this length of this given array, and at the same time, I will be also checking the my right should also be greater than this length because this is the must condition. Okay, fine. Now, now I will be, so I will increment the right in this case. So my right from this place, it will come at this place. And now in this iteration, I have got values at both the points. So I will be multiplying these two values. So in this case, it will got multiplied in 3 to the 3 into 2, it will be 6. So, and I will take one variable as answer, and this answer variable will be taking these values. So the my answer initially will be 0, now it will become 6. Okay, fine. Now, after doing this, I will increment my left. So my left from this point, it will come at now this point, and right will also get from this point to this point. Okay, fine. Now, now my left is 0. So my left is 0. In this case, I should increment my left. So my left is 0. So I will increment my left from this point to this point. Okay. My left is 2 and my right is 1. Okay. So they can be multiplied. So 2 cross 1, it will be 2. And finally, it will get added to the answer. So 8. Okay. After doing this, my left will be again, after doing this multiplication, left will come here and right will go out of the bound. So if it will go out of the bound, then this condition will not get fulfilled and this loop will get terminated. Okay, so this will be our algorithm. It will be very simple, and finally we'll be returning this answer as 8. Total this 8 I'll be returning it. So this will be the algorithm for solving this question. Okay, fine. So now let's go to the code directly. Okay, fine. Okay, so it has got disconnected again. Now just we have to see the code. So we will see the code very quickly. So as I told you, we are going to we are going to store we are going to store the number of security devices in each row in a single array. So for that, I should have an array initial. So I will define an array. Okay, so int array, it will be consisting of integers, and it will have what it will have its name will be, let's take once. Okay, so once, and new int, and what will be the size will be equal to the bank dot length. Fine, I have this, and now I will be running a for loop. So I'll start from 0, and it will go until when until bank dot length, because I need to iterate over every single string that is our row. So when I will get the first string, okay, let's make it simple. First string s I'll be getting, and it will be at bank of I. Okay, I've got this. Now I need to iterate over this string and I need to find out uh, how many security devices are present in this particular row. So for that, I need to run one more for loop, and I'll be starting from some j equals 0 to j less than this s dot length now, because it can be smaller also. What happened? Okay, cursor moved. And j plus plus and this here. Okay, so now if my character, the particular character, the uh, s dot char at j, if it is equals to 1, if it is 1, it means it's a security device, and if it is a security device, it should get added to the count. And where is the count? I have not initiated this yet. And for so why am I defining this count at this point? Because for every time when we'll be encountering the string, that is the row, it should be 0. And this for loop's responsibility is to count the number of ones. So, and after this, after doing this, what I'll do, what I'll do, I will update this count to my ones array. So my ones of I will become count. This is what I'll be doing. Okay, I'll be updating my this array with this count. So my first index will have the number of ones, the count of number of ones, that is the security devices in the given row. Okay, fine. So at this point, I will be just simply counting. If it is 1, it means it's a device. And I'll be counting it, and I'll be setting all the devices to this particular index. This is understood? Okay, got it. And this is done. This is done. Now we have the count of security devices now. Now I will have to iterate over this once array again. And for that, I will take 2 pointers as I discussed during the explanation. So int L will be 0. I'll be starting from 0, and int R will be I plus 1. So I plus 1, or not I plus 1, or you can say 1 only. Where is the I? Okay. While this L is less than 1's dot length, and as we have discussed, when R is less than 1's dot length, it means we are in bounds. And I'll check if my ones of L, if my ones of L is equals to 0. If it is 0, it means I need to increment this pointer. So I will do L plus plus, and I'll check once again if my this now L has become equal to R, because this is also the case which I have to avoid, because we cannot have beams in the same row. If we have, suppose if these two security devices are in the same row, and at some point this L has become equal to R, then in that case, I need to increment it. I need to increment the R also. So when, if after incrementing this L, if it becomes equals to R, so in that case, I need to increment the R also. Fine. And this is done. Now we can have one more case. If my this uh, uh, the value at right index get equal to 0. So if ones of R will equals to 0, so in that case I will just simply increment the R. I won't do anything in that case. And if these so yeah, there is one more thing. So after doing this, I should not do anything in this. because I cannot return, so I can just write simply continue. Okay, after incrementing, just continue, don't do anything, continue, come for the next iteration. And if the code comes, if the execution comes up till this point, then what I'll be doing, I will have one then one variable that is will be our final answer, we can say, and it will be 0 in the beginning, and I will be updating it with ones of L, and I know after doing it, multiplication done, then left should get incremented, multiplied with ones of R and plus plus. So why this L plus plus and R plus plus? Because after doing this, anyway, we have to increment these pointers so that we can get our, in the next iteration, we can be at the right place. So this loop is done. Our answer will be calculated after this completion of this loop. And finally, we can return the answer. Okay, so now let's try to run this code if it is working. And it is giving us the wrong answer. Okay, output is 2, expected is 8. So what is happening here? So I think there is some problem with this code. Okay, let's check. So our L is 0, R is 1. We got it. So this condition is also getting fulfilled. And if L is equals to R, in that case, after incrementing the L, so I need to increment the R also. And inside this, if I'm continuing, and if my ones of R is equals 0, in that case I will increment the R only. And and if my answer equals ones of L plus plus into ones of R plus plus. Fine. Okay, I am not incrementing here. That was the mistake. Silly mistake, silly one. Okay, now let's run, and it should get accepted. Okay, and let's submit it. And it is got accepted. Fine, fine. Okay, so this is the entire code. It was just a little tricky problem you need to think about in terms of data structures and a bit of algorithmic planning, and rest was very simple. You just have to run the loops, and you just have to remember the think about the conditions, and your question is got solved. So the time complexity of this problem is, you can see we are running the entire loop on this array. So the n will so the entire length of this array, and we are running a loop on this string also. So the suppose the length of the this bank is n, and the length of the biggest string it has got will be n. So the time complexity will be big O of m cross n. Okay. So and because here we are running just over n iterations, because we are using 2 pointers and we'll iterate over this array for n times only. So from this segment, we will for this from this for loop we will be getting n, that is the length of the bank array, and from this segment we will get the length of the longest string. So if that is m, then we will have big O of m cross n. And we are using one extra array here. So our space complexity will also become big O of n. I hope you have understood this problem. And if you like this video, then please share with your friends and subscribe to the channel. And I will be see you in the next video. And I'll try to improvise. I'm trying to improvise on each and every video. And if you have any doubts, please ask them in comments. I will answer them. And till then, keep growing, keep learning, and keep supporting. Happy New Year to everyone who are all of your wishes and ambitions will get accomplished in this 2024. So I will see you in the next one. Till then, just stay positive and keep learning. Bye bye.